Hi, this is Rich. Welcome back. I just finished my 12th week on Wegovy. I took my 13th shot just a few minutes ago. So far, so good. I know I say that every single week, and I know that some people have a harder time on Wegovy or the semaglutide drugs that they have negative reactions. I haven't had any. Have had no side effects. And it's kind of boring when I come on and say that, but I just want to tell you what's actually happening for me. And hopefully, this is something that's beneficial. One of the things that I think has been helpful is that I am still at the minimal dose. I'm still at the 0.25. I never have increased. I talked a couple of weeks ago about having thought about increasing because it's getting a little tougher. It's not just as easy as when I first started, which was incredibly easy for the first month or so. It was you didn't think about it, and I'd lose weight. Um, Now I have to think about it. It's harder, and I thought about increasing, but I decided to stay at the minimal dose one more month at least, just to see how things go. Because as you have more trouble, you can increase the dosage, and I don't want to use that tool too soon. So again, things are going pretty well. I wanted to talk about a couple of things today, just about the changing season and how that might impact me on Wegovy. So we have just passed Labor Day. It's the first week in September. In the area that I live, we consider that kind of the start of fall. End of summer is Labor Day. Technically, I know by the calendar, the end of summer is still coming up. But in our area, that's pretty much how it is. And I went to the farmers market today, and it was in the 40s when I got there, and it was brisk. It was a good temperature for a guy my size. You really feel uh, comfortable at that temperature walking around. I think everybody else was freezing, but but that's okay. So I went to the farmers market again this week. I will go every week until they start running out of things because either they're not producing anymore or they have a hard freeze and it's over. I'm going to take advantage of the rest of the year now, and that's what I do virtually every year. Last week I showed you what I bought. I bought the same things this week. I bought corn, hot banana peppers, the spicy kind, not the mild kind, and tomatoes. And so I know if you watch some of the other videos by other YouTubers, including the doctors, they're talking about stay away from nightshade vegetables. The tomatoes and the hot peppers, anything spicy and things like that, because it's going to give you an upset stomach, and you have less room in your stomach because you're digesting more slowly, and that can cause you problems and discomfort. I haven't had anything. I've had no negative impact from using or eating tomatoes and hot peppers. And then, of course, I bought corn. And corn, when it is fresh, you have to get it. And I know it converts to sugar. I know it's not technically very good for you, but it is fresh. It is natural. It is not processed. So I'm going to take the good with the bad. I'm going to take that and weigh it and say, and it's delicious. I'm taking it. So, uh, yeah. So and I did get a question about the peppers, and they said, "Do you really eat all those peppers?" Because I had a mess of peppers last week, and yes, I do. I eat a ton of peppers, and when they're in season, I eat a ton of peppers because when you get them from the store, they're not hot; they're all mild. Even when they say they're hot, they're not hot. Uh, these aren't so hot they burn your roof of your mouth. They aren't so hot that they give you indigestion. They're not that hot. I mean, in the rankings, they're not that hot. But I think the average person would find them very hot and might not like it. So it works for me. That's what I do. So I typically fry them up in my air fryer now, which is a really healthy option. And I can put them in tortillas, or I can put them in a sausage and pepper sandwich, or a chicken and pepper sandwich, whatever it is. The other thing I will do is I'll cut them up and just put them in a salad. So I'll eat them raw. They're good. They're delicious. So I love them, and I love the fresh corn. And man, you can't get it when you pick a tomato hours before and eat it. You can't top that. The grocery stores are great. I mean, they're good, but you can't top a freshly picked anything. It just tastes better. So if you have an opportunity to go to the farmers market still this year, or if you live in an area where you can go to the farmers market year round, vegetable stands year round, you're lucky, and take advantage of it, because pretty soon we won't have that, and we'll just have what makes it to the store. And it's okay, but it's not nearly as good as the farmer's market. So as we're going into the fall, I think some of the things that I do outside, some of the things that I'm able to walk around a little bit, because it's just so nice, you don't feel like you want to be stuck in the house. I'm going to lose that part of my exercise. So I'm going to have to start thinking about doing exercises. I know I've talked about it in the past, and I'm going to start thinking about it. I'm still thinking about it. I'm one of those people that, given the choice of sitting in front of the television or going up for a walk, I'm a TV guy. So I really do need to change that part of my life. I'm planning on doing that, but I'm still working my way up to it. So I haven't started yet. The other thing is the diet, and I've told you before, I'm on a Mediterranean type diet. I eat very little red meat. I eat maybe once a week, maybe twice a week. But I'm careful not to eat a lot of red meat. I eat lots of vegetables and not a lot of meat in general. So it's more of a, I wouldn't say vegetarian. Clearly, it's not a vegetarian diet, but it's vegetarian light. Maybe it's the way someone who eats a lot of meat would say that. But I eat a lot of chicken and fish and things like that. But I'm having to focus a lot more on my diet. I noticed that at one point a couple of weeks ago, I was letting some things sneak in that it's not that bad. This is a really healthy diet. I can just sneak this in, maybe more sugar, or maybe I'd like to have a white potato. I'm really sworn off white potatoes, and I've sworn off juices that are, any kind of drink that has sweetener in it, or even artificial sweetener. So if I have soda, which I may have one today, I'm thinking about it, but I'm excited about it, and I'm going to consciously choose to have a diet soda, or maybe just a regular soda. But I don't drink them every day, and I used to drink diet sodas every day, and so clearly diet sodas don't make you thin, because I'm not thin. I wasn't thin when I was doing it. I think sugary drinks are just as bad for you, maybe just not as chemically related as a diet soda is. I think both are bad, and so I think I can try it once in a while. I can have it as a treat, but I'm not going to drink it every day like I have been, and that seems to really have had an impact on the way I approach food and the way I am able to diet. Just getting rid of a lot of the sugar, a lot of the artificial sweeteners that make me think of sugar and make me hungry. I think that's part of it too. So seems to be going okay. Let's talk about why you're here. So this week I lost another 5 pounds. I'm down 57 pounds total. I'm not giving it back. We'll see you next week.